It's your favorite interior designer, Latoya Law Scott, and welcome to my channel. So look, it has been a minute. I'm so sorry. I had just got busy because this is the busiest time of the year for me. And so I neglected to post a few videos, but it's okay. I'm going to catch y'all up. Don't worry. Let me introduce myself. I'm your favorite interior designer, Latoya Law Scott, and if I'm not, I hope to one day be. Welcome to a YouTube channel where we talk all interior design lifestyle, before and after. Basically, I'm like your interior design bestie. That would be me. So, let's get into it. So, first of all, can we talk for a second? Let me catch y'all up. So, one thing is I have about 9 projects right now. Your girl is busy. A few of them are e-design, so those are going to be done fairly quickly, so I'm excited about that. I'm also excited because of the areas that they're in. I always wanted to do some type of project in these particular areas. One is California, and the other one is Houston, Texas, so excited about those. Now, y'all, I got this comment on my TikTok, and it really disturbed me. And so I wasn't going to bring it over here, but I just had to bring it over here because let me just vent with y'all because I feel like we can vent. I feel like we've been talking for a while. I feel like y'all, my views is going up. So apparently we might be in tune with each other. So let's just keep on going. So I got this comment, and the comment was basically like, do you think that Black interior designers can monopolize and be successful on social media? And it really rubbed me the wrong way. Not only did it rub me the wrong way because the person who made the comment was not a Black woman, and then also, why is that a question? But then I thought about it a little bit more, and as the days went by, I'm like, you know what, this is a conversation that needs to be had. So I went ahead and I replied to the comment, but then I thought about it so much more, like, dang, I thought about it within myself. Like, I am a Black successful woman. And not only am I a Black successful woman in interior design, I'm a multi-entrepreneur. And then I looked at like my overall view, and then I really put myself into that comment. And I typically don't do that because I received a lot of different type of comments, negative comments, good comments, bad comments, whatever the case may be. But this particular one, I guess just because of the mood that I was in and the moment that I was already having, I'm like, you know what? So I thought about it. So I've been a system engineer for 18 plus years in the government. I recently opened up my interior design firm, and I left my good government job to do so. But as a system engineer, a Black system engineer, a Black woman system engineer, I've had many different difficult experiences. I've also had challenging moments to where is that not only am I the only Black system engineer in my department, I was a woman in a male dominant field. So I've experienced a lot of different things. I've heard a lot of different things, and I always used to put in the back of my mind as when I walk into some of these meetings that something that my grandmother had always said to me is that when you walk in the room, you bring the power. And so that is why I kept on going. And that's also why I am still going right now to this day. But that's neither here nor there. I've been Black my whole life. But outside of that, experiences that I've had with other people has just been really challenging, and definitely being a Black woman. I really have not had that many challenging moments when it comes to being a Black interior designer, just because I speak power over and through myself, and then I empower other interior designers. So I hope that has made my journey a little bit easier, to whereas I haven't had that many bad experiences. But I did want to talk about this one experience that I had. Okay, let me just I'll make it real quick. So I had an experience with let's say this young lady is the opposite race of me, right? And she was, she knew who I was, which means that you had to have seen like my videos, my pictures, blah, blah, blah. You reached out to me directly. You know who I am. And when I had showed up to do this particular job for this person, she said, 2 things that made me feel uncomfortable. One, she was just like, oh, I didn't know you was a Black woman. You know I was a Black woman. You reached out to be my face on my website and all over my social media. And then the second thing, that she said to me was, I kind of figured that because my brother said that you got to go with this girl. You got to go with this type of designer because you know black people, they design real well. Well, in that moment in my life, I was like, no, but black is power. So I was here to take it. I didn't take it as a negative thing. I took it as you're right. Thank you. But those are my experiences. So I just wanted to bring that on here with y'all real quick because I also wanted to vent and let it out. I'm glad y'all let me do that. Y'all did let me do that, right? Okay, great. So I'm about to head out to go get some art supplies for a custom art piece that I'm working on. I've been getting a lot of commission requests for art, and it's probably because I've been doing a lot of custom pieces for my clients. And so I feel like that's a real good thing. Like when you have a custom, first of all, it's a piece from me and you have it in your home. I've done so many over the years. And so I'm still excited to be able to do, even more because art is really passion to me. Art is love to me. So as a designer, being able to put my art in my client's home does make me feel good. So let's go hurry up and get up out of here. I'm going to show you guys some of the artwork that I'm working on now. So yeah, oh my goodness. I'm your favorite interior designer, Latoya Law Scott. Make sure you like this video, comment on this video, subscribe. You know the spiel. All right. Hey y'all, back with another video. Yes, I'm in my car. I am actually picking up some supplies because I'm about to do an art piece for a client. I am really excited about doing this art piece for this client. I've made maybe like 4 things for this client. So that's about to go down. I'm actually going to record the entire process. I normally record my process for my artwork. So I'm going to record that. Stay tuned. But I'm here to answer some questions. Let's get into it. Okay, so before I get into the Q&A, let's just get into the supplies for this particular art piece. It is going to be a 7-foot sculpture that is handmade by myself. So I got straight to it. I had to put on these type of gloves because I am going to be working with a lot of wiring and also unfinished wood. So I started off by just basically I sand down my wood piece and then I went ahead and started applying some of the wiring. And so this is actually like my first time doing a full sculpture piece. So I was really excited to get into it. I thought it was going to be a bit difficult, but it wasn't. Once I started, I really got the hang of it. It's kind of just like free flowing, like you just go with the flow or whatever design works. So I got my staple gun and I got straight to it. Let me tell you something. That part was a little difficult, but once I got that first staple in, it was like magic. I was able to go ahead and again, this piece is 7 feet long, so it is a very huge sculpture piece. And I did not anticipate that it would take this long to actually get it done. But, when it's your first time doing something, you definitely want to get it right. And so you want to take your time. And so that's what I did. And so I pretty much just sculpted every single piece of this 7-foot piece of wood. And then after that, I started with the outline first, and then I did drop the supplies so you can see everything that you need in case you ever want to do a sculpture piece and you want to go along with the process. This is kind of how it works. So this part alone took me about an hour, just because I wanted it to be close to perfect as I possibly can get it, or as close to it looking like a sculpture piece as I can get it. So after that, I went ahead and jumped right into applying the plaster. And that part was, y'all, I cannot believe it took me that long. However, this is what it looked like. I did half one side and then half the other the next day. And so I pretty much put white cloth down to cover up the fencing. And then after that, I sand that bad boy down. And after I sanded it down, it started to really look like something. So I sanded it down once, and then I went back in and applied plaster one more time just so that it can harden. It was hard, but I wanted it to be a little bit more because I am going to paint this when I'm actually done. And so after I went in with the sanding and did all that, look at that. It looks really good though. You really can't even tell. You look, it's coming together. I'm really excited. So I did 3 coats of plaster basically. And then I did a dry fit with it with just like a little bit of water, and I applied just another top coat just so that I can get like that crisp look. Like I wanted some of the lines to come out of the actual piece itself. And so this is the 3rd coat that I put on it. And so now I'm going to go in and I'm going to sand it. I will have to drop another video to see the full details. Then I headed to the office because I'm a working woman. And I am closing out one project and I am actually getting prepared for another one. And so that actually was my work day. I was just getting ready for that project. And if you don't know, I have dropped the Interior Design Mentorship. This is my 2nd book in 2 years. So I'm very excited to be in position to be able to drop these gems and spread knowledge when it comes to interior design. Because sometimes we start off blindsided, even if you are just coming from out of school or you're trying to be a self-taught interior designer. This mentorship book is going to definitely guide you. Hey y'all, it's your favorite interior designer, Latoya Law Scott. And so look, I see all the questions, I see the DMs, I see the comments, I see y'all in my inbox. Look, I'm not hiding or ducking nothing. I know that I'm getting a lot of questions and I am trying to answer them, and I'm going to answer them periodically. 9 times out of 10 be in my car because I'm either headed to a job, leaving a job site, headed to a consultation, etc. I hope that's okay. So I got this question again today. The question is, how much should I charge for my interior design services? That is an amazing question, right? Because number one, you want to make sure you're not overcharging, and you want to make sure you're charging enough. And that's difficult. So when you're a beginner interior designer, you might want to charge beginner prices because number one, you don't have enough experience and you're trying to build a portfolio, and you're also trying to get exposure, and you're also trying to get your name out there. So your prices may not be as high as a more seasoned interior designer like myself, 15 years plus in the game. Yesterday's price is not today's price, based off of experience, based off of resources, based off of my projects that I've done, my overall portfolio, whether that's residential or commercial. So if you are a more seasoned interior designer, you're probably going to charge by that client's overall budget. So if the client's budget is $100,000, you're going to charge anywhere between 12% to 20% of their overall budget, and that's what you're going to receive as the designer. Now, you can also charge a flat rate. So like if you're just doing spaces, so like if you're only doing the basement and it is e-design and full service, you're going to make sure that you're calculating in all the time that you're going to put in for the project. You're going to make sure you're calculating in if you have to sub it out, if you have to hire someone to assist you with the project, you're going to want to add that in as well. And you can just charge a flat rate. I can give you a good example as to if it's a basement, you might want to charge a flat rate anywhere between $2,500 to $5,500 based on how much that's going to go into getting that project completed. I hope this helps. I will come back with some more answers and more questions and more Q&A. I got y'all. I'm no gatekeeper. Look, just give me some time. I'm working on it.
I'm on the stage right now.